Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be another AlphaStar match, this time between AlphaStar and another MasterPlayer, but it's going to be a ZVT here on Kairos Junction. Bottom right is the human player. He is playing Terran, he is red, and his name has been scrubbed from this replay and replaced with MasterPlayer. Top left-hand corner is the blue Zerg player, it is AlphaStar. This is the first time I'm ever going to cast, well, first time I've ever cast AlphaStar as Zerg. So we'll see how good his Zerg is against this Master Player. I've got Sniper Monkey going through all the replays that I have from AlphaStar and choosing the very best ones. And I instructed him to find ones where AlphaStar knows about every single thing in the game because, man, last week AlphaStar struggled so much with lurkers and creep. Had no idea what to do about it. At one point, he made an observer, killed some creep tumors. The human player's like, huh. Sniped the creep tumor, and AlphaStar never ever made another observer. So, it's not an on-the-fly learning AI. That's what I learned that day. Anyway, I'm not entirely sure if this guy knows he's playing against AlphaStar. Because if they scrub the Master's player name, they could just replace a barcode with AlphaStar in this replay, right? Yes, I'm pretty sure that they could. Anyway, it looks like... we need to pay attention to the build, don't we? Two workers on gas. If this third goes on to gas, then I'm going to be pretty darn impressed. I mean, is it rallied? No, it's rallied to the minerals, but... okay, two gas. Weird. And there's the third one. Okay, so it's just a little bit late, but it should time out fairly well here to where he can get a third base out fast. Overlord's going to come to the perching spot, which is what you want to do. You want to do that on these maps. And he's got a queen coming in, another queen coming in. Okay, so it looks like he wants to go for the double queens here before he goes for the third base. The question is, does he want speed first? That's going to be the question. You want to go third hatch or do you go to speed first? And honestly, he doesn't need speed, but look who's got a Reaper. Oh, I'm out of Reaper names. I forgot to mention. Toss some Reaper names in the comments. We'll get them back, ladies and gentlemen. Again, if there's not much interest for him, it's fine. I don't need Reaper names, but if you're interested in having yours read on stream, then let me know. Oh, this is so bad. AlphaStar, why? Why are you so bad? Don't send slowlings across the map. The Reaper will kill all of you. Oh my gosh. I mean, you didn't even gain any information with this. You already knew there was an expansion coming up. Okay, well, AlphaStar has been APM limited. We check this. His APM on average is 218 instead of 8,000 like it was against Mana those months ago that we cast some games between AlphaStar and Mana. So this time around, boy, I don't know about this. I want to say the Reaper could probably get in and get some stuff done. I mean, I know the Queens are here and that's problematic, but there are no additional Zerglings at all. I kind of feel like if the Reaper gave the Queens a runaround, he could get a perfect scout off, but not interested in going in the main base at all, as we can see here. AlphaStar, on the other hand, again, knows about the perching. Overlord placement is kind of terrible right here, so not something that we've really focused on, apparently, for the AI at this stage of its development. Again, the final stage of AlphaStar, or the current stage, it beat Serral. So, I mean, it's really good, and yes, Serral was playing on equipment that was not his, using configuration he was not familiar with, etc., etc., but he beat Serral. AlphaStar was capable of doing that. So this AlphaStar, obviously not that same version. Yet, still very interesting anyway. Very interested to see what's going to go on here. Creep spreading. Okay, I'm glad to see that AlphaStar is familiar with the concept of creep. He's got two workers on the gas here. Really wants to be droning up a whole ton. Understands that aspect of Zerg at least, which is nice. 41 workers to 28 is a massive advantage. Master player going to struggle a bit here, I think. He's going for a third command center. He's got a Viking out to chase away that Overlord. He's got some Marine production happening here, but I mean, look at this macro. 46 to 30? Holy smokes. AlphaStar is way ahead in economy right now. Has nothing for army, mind you. He has 4 Zerglings, so he did replace the Lings that died, which is a pretty good thing to do. Viking gonna take down the Overlord, not even trying to run, which, yeah, that's fine. Ah, 4th base at 4.5 minutes. AlphaStar is feeling incredibly confident. I'm really curious to know what would happen if MasterPlayer had showed up with like 8 Hellions. I mean, I'm seriously... there is no Roach Warren. There is no Baneling Nest. It is purely Zerglings and purely 5 Queens that's trying to save the day here. Throwing up some spores around the 4.5 minute mark. It's a little bit late. Banshees can show up a little bit sooner than this, but the timing, I'm not going to complain about it too much. It would work out. MasterPlayer is just kind of sitting around a little bit too much. So he's going for the one, this is interesting, one medevac drop with 7 Marines inside at 5 minutes. I gotta say, I play against players in Diamond 2 who can go 2 medevacs with 16 Marines at 5.5 minutes. So I don't know what this is. I mean, I guess they don't even have stim either. Alright, well, it's a regular old drop trying to get some stuff done, and we'll see what the reaction time is here from AlphaStar. Zerglings are moving into position to handle this. Did catch a glimpse of it, I have to assume. And marching right on to creep here, but there are a number of queens. Overlord does get focused down, but there's really not much else to do here. And the Marines pick up and get on out. Fair enough, is what I say to that. Tanks are out. MasterPlayer is really, really worried about some kind of a big attack coming. There's just not. There's really not. Roach Warren is done for AlphaStar. He's not making any roaches, though. He's going for a hive at 5 minutes. No, hold on. Going for a lair at 5 minutes. Okay, for a second there. And I was like, where's the infestation pit? Falcon is under the weather, you guys. You can probably tell his voice does not sound as normal as it usually does. And that is largely because I am kind of sick here. Hopefully it will go away soon. Zergling is going for an attack into MasterPlayer's completely undefended third. Utterly undefended third base. Forces a liftoff. And then the Lings get out of there. I love this. AlphaStar playing like an actual Zerg player right here. Okay. Alright, alright. I don't have any complaints about that. So far, AlphaStar and Zerg seem to be better than whatever that Protoss build was we got last week. So far, creep spread looking pretty good, I gotta say. Again, not Serral level, not Scarlet level, but good. Creep spread. MasterPlayer, I gotta say, man. I played against Diamond players who are a lot more aggressive and scary than this dude. I guess, I don't know, man. 51 workers to 80. Just, AlphaStar is expanding again. Boy, he sure knows how to play Zerg, doesn't he? Expand a million times. If you can defend the bases, you will win. If you can't defend them, you won't. But it's a risk you gotta take. Got some Roaches and Ravagers out, which is gonna be fine against this small number of bio and a couple tanks, right? Just fine. But as the upgrades continue to come in here for the Terran, they're just gonna outstrip the Roaches and the Ravagers. They just can't keep pace pound for pound. So yeah, so this group is gonna die. That's a really scary Zerg army all of a sudden. He's up 80 army supply to 40, 83 to 60 workers. This is a complete reversal of last week's game. This is AlphaStar kicking the crap out of MasterPlayer in the first 7 minutes here. 168 supply, infestation pit coming down. Might start a hive timing at 7.5 minutes because at this point, why not? The Terran player is doing nothing to dissuade him from doing this. MasterPlayer needs to get a win now. Oh my gosh, AlphaStar's expanding again. And MasterPlayer has no idea. That's the thing. The injects are going to be on point here today. Oh my gosh. None of these queens have over 25 energy. This one does. Go for the inject, AlphaStar. Use some of that APM on an inject. Come on, AlphaStar. You're really ruining my point here, AI. Inject. Wait, does it wait for that one to pop and then inject? That'd be really dumb. No. Oh my gosh, AlphaStar's not a perfect injector. My dreams have been ruined. Well, this one's at 76 too. Alright, fine. Well, choosing where to use APM. Apparently, injects are not super high on that list. Expanding again! Oh no! MasterPlayer, you're getting crushed. AlphaStar is on 7 bases at 8 minutes. MasterPlayer is barely really doing anything here at all. I mean, sure, the army's out of position. These guys might be able to accomplish something, but Roaches are coming out, and sure, a couple queens die, but that's about it. Yeah, MasterPlayer's like, wait, what? He was trying to fly up here to go mess with something. I don't know, maybe trying to get into the main, and he just found out about this base. He doesn't know about this. He doesn't know about this either. Oh, wait, there's not a base there. Falcon is hallucinating. Corruptor's in production. Loving that from AlphaStar. Does he not believe in Banelings at all? Structures tab says he doesn't believe in Banelings at all, which I find quite questionable. No Baneling nest. Roach, Ravager, Corruptor, which is a viable strategy. Again, to a certain point. But to a certain point, again, it starts getting really bad. Zerglings cruising on in. They do have +1 Carapace. And yeah, get out of there, Medevac. That's a problem. Ooh, MasterPlayer attacking this topside base too. So hatchery does go down. MasterPlayer needed to do something. He did it. He accomplished killing some stuff there, killing some drones. He's going to hop onto this other base around the 12 o'clock position and try to finish it off too. And AlphaStar's army is just too slow to respond to all of this. This is so good for MasterPlayer. This is why I don't like Roach Ravager as much. It's not as fast. Also, the response times, AlphaStar struggling a bit on that front. And MasterPlayer kind of starting to pick AlphaStar apart a little bit. 2 bases down in just as many minutes there. Greater Spire and an Ultralisk Cavern coming in at the same time. And MasterPlayer attacking down to the south too. Holy crap. He's picking apart AlphaStar with multi-pronged harass. This is what I expect to see from a Master level Terran player. The focus here on the Marines. There you go. Get that Infestation Pit. Medevac down, which means this bio is a lot easier to deal with any ground army that might choose to deal with them. Another drop here from a MasterPlayer. MasterPlayer is getting back in the game. The Greater Spire is canceled too and ends up going down. Look at him flying these Corruptors over these Marines. Eventually they get cleaned up, and that was really effective. These guys getting picked up and getting on the heck on out of there. How many drones have gone down? 26 drones have been killed, and no SCVs have died at all. MasterPlayer is accomplishing so much right now with these drops. But guess who's making 5 Ultras at a time? Guess who doesn't know how to dodge Corrosive Bile? MasterPlayer does not know how to dodge Corrosive Bile. So that group is done. He is double expanding, recognizing the Zerg player is way out there on a Hagilian bases. He's already replaced one of the bases that died. The other one is on the way. The top right is still entirely unscouted, which is amazing. He's trying to expand. Nope. Roaches and Ravagers say no. But AlphaStar knows you can't just stick on Roach Ravager for the whole time. You got to get into something, and it's going to be Ultralisks. 5 in production. 5. Okay, 5. Oh, wow. That happened perfectly. So 5 in production, and now there are 5 out. He didn't actually replace the workers on this gas. AlphaStar has some ways to go here. StarCraft is a hard game, you guys. So here's where a Marine tank Marauder army with a bajillion tanks is going to do really well here. These Ultras are not a great choice. Sniping the Greater Spire was a really inspired decision from MasterPlayer. Absolutely wrecked it. The tanks are going to be really effective as a result. 3-3 is on the way for MasterPlayer. He's going to fight tooth and claw to win this game. The problem is AlphaStar's back on his million bases strategy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bases now. 8 bases now. The MasterPlayer hasn't been able to really punish, but he's got a lot of tanks, y'all. He is sitting on 13 siege tanks with +1 attack. Now, here's the good news. AlphaStar can afford to lose this base, because, again, he has 7 other hatcheries he can run to. MasterPlayer splitting off units to go take down hatcheries. Doing this so effectively. Look at the whole army coming to deal with this. He doesn't split off anything to handle the attack up north. This 8th hatchery, or 7th hatchery, does actually end up going down. So many drones are getting killed up here in the north, too. We're looking at a total of 36 dead drones in the first 13 minutes of this match. Greater Spire on the way, but AlphaStar does not have the answer to this. If you jump on these tanks when they're unsieged, he might be able to accomplish something here, but MasterPlayer recognizing he has done some damage. He has killed some hatcheries today. He's killed a total of 4 hatcheries today. Look at AlphaStar expanding more. I'm really inspired by this. Whenever I play my next ladder game, I'm going to expand 10 times in the first 13 minutes and see how that works out for me. Because I believe in Banelings, which AlphaStar does not. Does not even the teeniest or tiny bits believe that Banelings should be a unit for Zerg. +1 missile attack is done. +3 ground carapace is done. Anabolic synthesis for the Ultralisks. And chitinous plating. Yes, and chitinous plating. MasterPlayer trying to expand to a 4th base or 5th base along the right side. That gets shut down by a pretty good group. I like this. This isn't everything, but he brought over a couple Ultras and a couple Roaches and called it good. There you go. MasterPlayer's like, everywhere I go, there are hatcheries to kill. What is happening here? It's a great question, dude. I do not have an answer for you. That wasn't even a cancel. AlphaStar's APM was elsewhere. Liberator setting up shop, trying to get some kills on this left side at the 9 o'clock position. Drop in the top right, getting massacred. Drop at the 12 o'clock. MasterPlayer says, I just cleaned up this mess. Can you keep it hatch free for 2 minutes? Name that movie. And AlphaStar's expanding on the corpse of the base, next door to the corpse of the base he just killed. Is his strategy to keep MasterPlayer busy killing hatcheries so we can't actually kill him? Look at this Spore burrowing right next to these Marines and going after that medevac. That's kind of awesome, actually. The medevac's going to die. Prioritizing Ultralisks, shutting down that base. Marines in the bottom left, taking down another hatchery. This might be the kind of game where the losing player actually kills like 15 hatcheries and somehow loses. Which is nigh impossible, I want to say. I do love that AlphaStar has macro hatches, though. Let's make it 13 Corruptors at a time. And AlphaStar just not really interested in pushing any further than this, I say, as he goes up this ramp into his death. Guy, there's tank fire happening here. Liberators setting up, corrosive piles on the supply depots, and not on the Liberators, actually. Are these guys still alive? Broodlord's finally finishing off these dudes that have been killing stuff in the main base of MasterPlayer or of AlphaStar for like 10 minutes. Liberator has 9 kills, finally gets taken out by Corruptors. Again, it's APM limited, right? So 240 APM, I don't know, it seems like it should be enough to handle all this stuff, but it's a mystery. I don't know why. I wish I knew why AlphaStar wasn't making banelings. I wish I knew why AlphaStar couldn't get perfect injects off. It doesn't seem like you need more than 240 APM to get perfect injects off. How many queens does he have left? He's down to 1 queen, you guys, but he understands he doesn't need any more. Right? That's a trick for Zerg players, is once you have like 8 hatcheries, you don't actually need queens. Your production of larvae is going to be enough. Alright, so AlphaStar shows up with a pretty darn scary Broodlord army. He's got Corruptors to cover. He has some Ravagers in the mix too, just for the heck of it. And this is a largely tank army for MasterPlayer, so I think it might just be dead. This group didn't kill this hatchery for, it feels like, the 8th time today. And yeah, here's where the Broodlords are raining on fire on the tanks. They're just getting out of there. They know they can't hang. Marauders just running to this planetary fortress is going to go down. MasterPlayer is going to base race this sucker. Look at him running around with this largely Marine Marauder force. That's a lot of Marauders, too. I'm not even sure the banelings would be the right idea for this. So AlphaStar decides it is time to go for a base race. Which, I don't know, man. Let's see how this works out for him. 2 more Ultras in production. They say never base race a Terran. Also, boy golly, Broodlords are slow. Look at MasterPlayer just taking down hatches. Look at how many hatches he has killed today. 12. He gets the Greater Spire. He denies an upgrade. He gets another hatch for 13th hatch. This Liberator has been firing on those Broodlords for about 34 seconds. Ends up dead there. Is MasterPlayer going to win this base race? They say never base race a Terran. The damage output on these Marines and Marauders is insanely good. The problem is he's overstimming a little bit. And this one remaining medevac is not actually enough to heal these guys up. And suddenly there's Ultras. And suddenly you're backed into a corner. And suddenly all your base racing army is in a lot of trouble. And you have nothing to handle this down south. At all. Yeah. So, I mean, the good news is you have a base that's mining. You got another base that could be mining if you wanted. Only have 17 drones to 40 SCVs. What a good match this is. These tanks. 14 kills and 16 kills on those tanks. Holy crap right now. These Marauders are still killing stuff up towards the north. They're trying to get on in. Where do the Ultras go? Do they join the party down south? They are more... Honestly, I would take the Ravagers and the Roaches. Oh, look at this little setup down here. MasterPlayer. He's got a group ready to rock. As soon as those Broodlords come in, the Thors are going to try to take them down. Corrosiviles on the tanks, on the Thors, getting some serious damage done. And that's just not enough, right? The Thors are a decent answer here, especially because there isn't any Blinding Cloud and there are no Infestors. The Thor getting some direct hits off on those Broodlords because they do outrange them. But Thor down, other Thors getting surrounded and taken out here. Does have 9 kills, but is out. So the army is dead. However, this is still happening up north. This is still anybody's game right now. I'm not sure that MasterPlayer is going to be able to win this thing. But I don't know about AlphaStar either. Look at all of this property that MasterPlayer owns. I feel like AlphaStar's home is a little bit sparse by comparison. Also, MasterPlayer's army is more mobile. It is faster than these slow Broodlords. Alright, so this base gets discovered as you knew it would. The Corruptors come in and finish it off as it lifts off. That's a good play by MasterPlayer. I feel like I'm treating him like a Bronze Leaguer. Like, good job using Corruptors on flying buildings. 10 points to Gryffindor. He's using Caustic Spray to help win this fight. Alright. That helps. Caustic Spray DPS is insanely good. I like how AlphaStar's not even bothering to send anybody up here to the north at all. Period. Like, I think MasterPlayer might win this thing just because AlphaStar is not splitting his units to go handle this. Oh my gosh. Is this hatch gonna die again? This hatch is like live, die, repeat. What do they call it? Day After Tomorrow was the initial name. They changed it to Kill, Die, Repeat or something. Anyway, that hatchery goes down for, I want to say, the 87th time today. 18 hatcheries have been killed this day. MasterPlayer expanding everywhere. He's got 2,000 minerals. Might as well at this point. Never base race a Terran. Never do it. AlphaStar is being revealed. Where AlphaStar only has some extractors left. I'm losing my voice. This is such an intense game. Actually, because I'm sick. Dude, I think MasterPlayer is going to win this thing. Just because AlphaStar doesn't know how to rebuild hatcheries. There we go. Well, there you go. Wow, so we did find a game wherein AlphaStar didn't understand a very crucial concept in StarCraft. That was never base race a Terran. And I guess, like, adjacent to that is how to base race. The answer is not base racing with Broodlords, man. It's really not. I mean, should have just tossed up a ton of Zerglings. Banelings would have been a godsend in this game, and they just AlphaStar refused to make any Banelings at all. Any Banelings at all. Look at that. 18 hatcheries killed. And a hive. That's 19 hatcheries killed by MasterPlayer today. Ended up losing 4 orbital commands, 2 command centers, and 2 planetary fortresses too, so not much room to speak there, but dang, 17 ultras, or 7 ultras down. It's just the bases killed. AlphaStar expanded everywhere. He was in a great position to win this game, but went for the attack. MasterPlayer went for the base race. AlphaStar did not split off any units to try to handle this, and he really needed Banelings to deal with that bio. He just didn't have any at all. The ultras might have been okay, but he just didn't use them except that one time to wipe out the army in the main base a little bit. And in the long run, MasterPlayer played it smart. AlphaStar tried to base race with Broodlords and lost. So the lesson there should have been, do not base race with Broodlords. Do not overmake Broodlords. That's a key here too. AlphaStar, I think, just made too many Broodlords and Corruptors. He had enough to wipe out MasterPlayer, but then he didn't have enough resources or larva back home to make a ton of stuff to defend against the counterattack that came. He never really effectively did. Never really effectively countered it at all. I cannot believe these tanks are still alive. 37 kills on that tank. These are the tanks that we saw over here, like running away from the Broodlords because they were worthless, and they got so much work done just because AlphaStar didn't make a ton of Zerglings and go hunt them down and kill them. MasterPlayer played pretty well. Again, a little bit too slow in the early stages of the game, but when it came down to it, made some really good decisions and won a game, and that's how you play. Decision making is how this works. Fun stuff, though. I don't know if that is an epic tag. It was a lot of fun, though. AlphaStar tries to base race a Terran. I think that's going to be the title of this video. All right. Well, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. And an AlphaStar replay. Go ahead, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch. All at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.